you should consider your sun hat a vital appendage from kindy to year 12.
Assessments can be done the night before they're due.
However, probably should not be.
Treat the common room appliances how you'd like to be treated.
The bells are indicators for the teachers, not the students.
We don't need the IB.
But we do need iPads.
Dress hats actually do come in handy, especially on bumpy school bus rides.
And finally, Miss Ho knows everything. Being at school and being a teenager in general is a lot like walking a tightrope. We must take considered, slow steps, careful not to put a foot wrong. We aim to get to the other side without falling, but we do fall. We slip up. We overstep the mark. We lose balance, falling. The fall from the tightrope can be the scariest fall of all. Your stomach drops and you are uncomfortable. But the fall is eventually softened. The safety net embraces you with flexible grace. Our safety net is our house coordinators.
Mr. Knox, Mrs. Jelf, Mrs. Peebles, Mrs. Vickers, and Mrs. Popore, could they please step right up? These especially beautiful... Yeah, that means, that's circus jargon for like, come on down. These especially beautiful, handsome, kind, and accepting individuals have fought our case, wiped away our tears, and, without fail, encouraged and supported our every endeavour. We thank them profusely for all they've done for us, and the influence they've had over our schooling and well-being. We'd now like to take this opportunity to thank our ringmasters. Over the years, we've been under the leadership and guidance of some very experienced and talented members of staff. In junior school, we were led by Mr. Small and Mrs. Payton. Middle school, Mr. Bennett and Mrs. Lynch. And finally, the end of our schooling journey in senior college with Mr. McDonough and Mr. Horsley.
These two individuals have overseen our every move. Without such care, supervision and knowing guidance, we may never have become the talented performers you see before you today. Mrs. McDonough and Mr. Horsley have been a tremendous support to us all. Spinning the plates of friendship and authority is difficult. However, our deputy head and head of senior college do so flawlessly. On behalf of our grade, we would like to thank you for your participation and excellence in our circus. We would also like to extend our thanks to our Dean of Studies, Mrs. Comber, who has put in countless amounts of effort behind the scenes for our group. A special thank you also to the admin staff, Mrs. Sharp, Mrs. Watts and Mrs. Penny, who were always there at 8:30 a.m. with a smile and putting the clock back on the stamp for our assessments. Bryce and I would personally like to thank Mrs. McDonough, Bryce and I would personally like to thank Mrs. McDonough and Mr. Horsley for all they have done for us during our time as head prefects. We must also extend this sincere thanks to our headmaster, Mr. Lowe, without whom we may have never been given such an opportunity to lead our cohort and the school.
No circus would be able to go on without paying customers, the audience, our parents and our families. We've been very fortunate to attend CCGS for any amount of time. Our families have given us such a great opportunity in attending Grammar, and we've all wholeheartedly and gratefully taken hold of this and ran. The audience keeps the performers in good spirits, paying through praise, encouragement and support. We thank our families for their consistent support and understanding no matter how difficult or dramatic we may have been or will be in the coming months.
Now, some tips to our performance understudies, those who haven't completely mastered their act, the Year 11s and 10s. Here are some words of advice plucked from Harry Burgess's Beard of Wisdom.
Firstly, train up and listen to your trainers. Your teachers are here to help you and ensure your act runs smoothly. It may not seem like it, but you can ask them anything. However, sometimes you may be referred to your PE teacher, mostly by a flustered Mr. Gill.
Take pride in your posture. pride in your costume. It distinguishes you from the other circuses in town. Canary Corner can only do so much. It is up to you to get a haircut, keep your shirt tucked in, and have an appropriate skirt length.
Don't play with fire. Your act may be fire twirling, but sometimes safety must come first.
Do not forget your map, your program, your school diary. Without this book, encased in exceptionally durable plastic, you are lost, and you will find yourself asking annoying questions. Keep this bad boy with you at all times, especially if you are heading to the ringmaster's office.
And finally, maintain a balance in your life. Take time to step off the stage, give your body a break and relax. Enjoy life outside your big top in the open air. In order to facilitate this, we present to you, on behalf of our grade, a new bench for the Year 12 area, which is obviously not here, but it will be. May you forever relax and recline and relax in comfort.
Ladies and gentlemen, the students before you are some of the finest Bryce and I have ever personally had the pleasure of knowing. We have all together enjoyed both hardships and triumph. The genuine love and appreciation we feel towards our cohort cannot be done justice through words spoken now. Instead, we hope that when our schooling days no longer are, you will remember our sharing, the fruits of the tree, and the way to sing Vita et Scientia. Every person in this stand has a kind heart. They have all grown into fine young men and women whom we admire and will dearly miss.
To our Year 12, it's time to close the curtains on our show. Be proud of what we've achieved and what we've put together as a cohort, as it couldn't have become what it is without each and every one of you here today. To Year 12, to you we say, don't let this be your farewell performance. Keep building your act, keep developing your skills, and do so with fond memories of the past. Keep practicing, keep getting back up on the tightrope, and keep achieving. Not only have you strengthened our performance by showcasing your skills, but you've helped us pick up so many new ones, and for that, we're truly grateful. This has been facilitated by your welcoming nature, bringing in new performers with open arms and showing them the ways of the circus until they're fully fledged members. For many of you, this has been instinctual, and it's a true testament to the nobility and selflessness of those that make up our circus crew.
For many of you, this departure may be bittersweet, and we feel that it is the strength of the bonds created over the last 13 years and the fear of breaking those bonds that is providing the bitter taste of this affair. Our circus of 2012 is packing up and moving away, but do not let this be the end of your career. This is the end of something big, but the start of something bigger.
Life is a circus.